In this video, we are going to see how to start a new modeling session inside JPAD Modeller. As shown in other videos, you can start a session by running the pre-designed module. But you have two additional ways to start working at your own design. You can load an aircraft from a pre-existing model. Or you can start from scratch, using the Clean Sheet button. Both approaches will lead you to the same user interface. In this tutorial series, we will start our demos from a pre-existing aircraft. First, you must click on the Load Aircraft button. Then JPAD Modeller will ask from which source you want to load your aircraft. There are two options. You can load an aircraft using the native JPAD XML file format. Or, you load an aircraft from a CPAX file format. The CPAX import option, however, is available only in case you have previously exported an aircraft with JPAD Modeller using the CPAX format, and cannot be currently used to load a generic CPAX aircraft. An overview of all possible export options will be the focus of the last video of this tutorial series. Now, let's load a JPAD XML aircraft file. Okay. The aircraft is now loaded, and ready to be modified. Now let's have a look at the layout of the main JPAD Modeller user interface. You will spend most of your user experience inside this window. So, let's dive into it. Let's start from the main toolbar, which is placed in the top part of the user interface. Here you will find all the main actions that you can perform on your aircraft. You can save the aircraft by exporting the data model or the CAD model in several file formats. You can update either the aircraft data model or the related CAD model using several approaches. You can add or remove components from the main aircraft container using the Manage Components button. Or you can restart the entire project using the Restart Project button. Let's have a look at the Manage Components button. This feature is crucial when you start your work session from the Clean Sheet option. It is the Clean Sheet that provides you a way to add components to the aircraft from within the user interface. By clicking the Manage Components button, a modal window will open. Here you can select or deselect each main component by using the related radio buttons. Once you hit the Apply button, the aircraft data will be updated accordingly. This feature will always add a new default component, or delete an existing one. Let's now move to the main contents of the JPAD Modeller's Input Manager window. The user interface provides two main parts. One on the left-hand side, for the inputs. And one on the right-hand side, for the output. On the left, we have a set of input data sections. And on the right, we have a graphics section. There are several input data sections on the left, corresponding to each of the aircraft components, that can be added to the main aircraft container. The aircraft container is configurable with the very first data section in the left panel. Each subcomponent section is bounded to the presence of the selected components. For example, this aircraft does not have a canard component, and the related canard section is disabled. On the other side, the right part of the user interface is dedicated to the main geometrical and graphical output, deriving from the set of inputs gathered on the left. The main output is the aircraft CAD model. The model can be explored using the mouse, or you can choose to apply a specific point of view using the dedicated buttons in the top toolbar of the CAD window. The CAD model has its own additional data model that can be edited using the sliding menu on the right. You access to the sliding menu clicking on the button at the top right corner of the CAD toolbar. However, this will be the focus of another tutorial series. In case of modeling issues, related either to the CAD or the aircraft data model, you can explore two data log tabs placed at the bottom of the CAD view, that list all the encountered warnings and errors, and their possible resolutions. When using the Input Manager in JPAD Modeller, remember to always have a look at these two text areas. Finally, the lower part of this user interface contains the following elements, moving from the left to the right. The status bar, which reports the current status of JPAD Modeller. The progress bar, which allows to see the progress of each JPAD Modeller task. The feedback button, to be used to communicate with SmartUp Engineering concerning feedbacks and bug reports. The license info button, which allows you to check the current JPAD Modeller license status. And finally, the user guide button, which allows you to open the software user guide. In the next video, we will explore the content of the aircraft section. See you there.